There's 64 views on this announcement. There's possibly 64 people.
Why won't you let me? Oh, are we live already? Is that what's going on here?
I'll go check.
Hello, everybody. If we are live, that's great.
Have you subscribed to your account using this account?
I don't know, dude.
Oh
I don't think
goodness.
so.
Now I need to go.
Yeah, we're live already, though. That's happening. Live. Hello. Hi. Hi. So I don't think anybody's watching it though, but we need to now find this link and share it on our pages.
That's
I can't do it at all though, because that's my phone.
Yeah, that is.
It's my phone doing the live streaming. It seems I'm going to start recording.
How do you spell your channel?
I'm going to play Kingdoms and Castles with a K. Hey! Cool bananas, peeps. No peeps whatsoever.
Your
You need to assure that it searches for castles with a K because it automatically defaults to castles with a C.
But how? How do I do that?
I don't know. It usually says, "Did you mean castles?"
No, nothing.
That's interesting.
Filters.
Hey everybody! If you find this live stream and you wondering what's going on here, we're supposed to be doing a live stream on a channel called.
Hey,
But I
found it. I found it.
Oh,
Look
fantastic.
at that. I'm subscribing.
Set up a Skype.
Subscribing.
There it says live over there, so if you go there, maybe it'll take you to the live video.
I'm subscribing. Set up a Skype.
Okay, cool. So JP's gonna share that, so that
trying.
But I don't know, people can actually find it. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but
On the
I don't know.
community tab or something.
Maybe also share it on your WhatsApp status, on
Yes.
Facebook. I don't know what to say to you guys. We're supposed to be live streaming on the But I Don't Know channel, but there's a beautiful thing that took place. That thing that took place was our But I Don't Know channel. We're not allowed to live stream on that, apparently. We have to wait 24 hours or something like that. Yeah, boy. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks just a little bit.
Subscribing.
But anyway,
Okay, cool. That's what it
it's
is.
fantastic. We're gonna just kind of chill a little bit with you all, and we're gonna braai a little bit. I need to check those calls anyway. And we just thought we want to celebrate the fact that our podcast turned 1 year old.
1 year, bro.
1 year.
I'm trying to figure out how to share this thing on YouTube, but I have no
I
idea.
shared it to Facebook profile. Possibly a good method as well. And you shared it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I shared it on WhatsApp. Any WhatsApp viewers coming on?
Share it on Facebook. Maybe send it to I don't know. I would share it on my WhatsApps and stuff, but
You
I
can't
wonder
do
if
that.
I can access WhatsApp web
That's
from the
not
laptop.
a bad idea.
And see how that goes.
We've got
Anybody who watches the beginning of this live stream is not
It's
gonna
a terrible
watch. They're
idea.
just gonna go off. They're gonna be like, what is this?
Gonna go
Waste
out,
of
they're gonna
time.
hear the word subscribing and it's gonna leave. Why did Facebook just
Open WhatsApp on your phone. For real, these bro?
That's terrible.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Sucks to be us.
Anyway,
So yeah, well, everybody, thank you for a year of But I Don't Know podcast. And after a year, we can't stream on our YouTube account.
we tried.
Yeah, we're so good at this.
We have to wait 24 hours actually. They were like a year. No. A year and a day.
A you in 24 hours.
That's what you need.
That's it, man.
I can't
That's
I
the
can't
one.
access
That's the money.
I can't access our Facebook.
You know what I'm
page.
gonna do, bro? I'm gonna switch for a moment. Send me the link to my WhatsApp. I can get it off your status. What I'm gonna do for a brief moment is I'm just gonna let the screen go dead. Black. While I do some things.
We'll see you in like 2 seconds while I check the
fire.
fire.
Oh my word. Top class live streaming.
Bro, we need to braai at some point.
We're on the cutting edge. How do I copy this link?
Is the audio still on?
I don't have a clue.
Ah, beautiful. Oh, that's freaking hot. Well, look at that. The audio is still working. By the way. Yeah.
That's good.
Those watching on like YouTube is looking at my face, frozen in time. That's a beautiful face to be looking at.
Is it really though?
I'm checking on. I'm checking.
Okay, I have sent the status on my WhatsApp.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
That's
Oh yes, look at that.
Chicken.
okay, I have sent the status on my WhatsApp. That's so dumb. I'm just gonna.
John, I'd like to be back in action.
No, but I need to share this.
It looks like I'm just about to share like the biggest business opportunity that you've ever seen in your life.
You're gonna tell people how to invest in gold.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of Bitcoin yet? We've got some NFTs, bro. Anyway, I wanna mention how I got this. Oh, I'm back. Hello.
Oh, there we go.
I want to mention how I got this jacket
Mention how you got the jacket.
because it's got shoulder pads and a collar. Fun fact: I didn't know it had a collar when I put it on. Right, so I put on the jacket. I came and I sat down. We did the setup and everything. And the moment the camera went on, I was like, "Oh my goodness, this thing's got a collar!" And I look like some sort of Bond villain or something. But yeah, this is actually John's jacket that he borrowed me. Thanks, John,
It's a pleasure, my brewski.
for borrowing this beautiful number to me so that I can sit here
Number.
and not be cold
Yeah.
because it's cold, you know.
It's a little bit chilly here where we are.
It's a bit chilly.
We've got a total of 0 viewers on our live stream, I'll have you know. So that's pretty good.
That's just beautiful.
I think we're doing really well.
We do have 2 views though. That's not bad.
2 total views. Theo. Hey Theo, how's it going? So yeah, cool man. So basically the idea of this live stream was just, you know, to say we're 1 year old at the But I Don't Know podcast channel.
It shows. I mean, it shows. You know, I don't think we had to say that. I think anyone who's just checking in would say they're not in the game for too long.
Yeah, I mean, I think many channels have done better after
1 year.
1 year. TS is doing Big T-Bone tonight. Unfortunately not. I'm doing, I think, rump, I think. I can't actually remember.
I'm actually also, I think, doing a rump steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bright like we do our live streams, basically. We aim for one thing and then end up on another.
We went
you know?
to the yeah, we like literally today I just quickly went and got the cheapest piece of meat that I can find.
Oh, it's so good.
But that's fine. It is what it is.
It's fantastic. JP, so tell me, dude. Tell me. What has been your favorite part of doing a podcast for 1 year? Outside of this live stream, of course, because this is my favorite part.
Really good.
So you've got to pick a different favorite part. because-
I would say my favorite part is being able to say that I'm a part owner of a website. Not everyone can say that. I mean, everyone can say that, but not everyone can mean it.
Not everyone can say it honestly and truthfully.
And that's exactly.
Some people lie when they say it,
No.
but we don't.
No.
That's cool.
We've got a domain, and that's pretty.
And not only do we have a domain, but it's actually a working domain. Like, look, if you go onto it, it looks the same as what it did a year ago. But
We've got some blog posts from this year.
But hold on. But it does get updated as often as we release content.
That is
And
true.
it is the most up-to-date place to find our content. It's got all our content on it. Except for, of course, Instagram posts.
That is
It doesn't
true.
have our Instagram posts
That is
on
true.
it.
But I mean, not even Instagram's got Instagram posts. Does it?
That's good. So I think my favorite part of doing this podcast, this is going to get a little bit serious a little bit quickly, but it is what it is, you know.
Snap. In front
My
of the fire.
favorite part of doing this podcast so far has definitely been the engagement. JP's just pointing out that our current category for this live stream is music. Anybody who logs into this live stream is going to be miserably disappointed.
Where's your guitar, John? Go get it quickly.
I'll have to just now and sing us a song. But what I've really loved about doing the podcast is the engagement with the audience, and I say with the audience having currently
we've got two people. That's
Theo
not bad.
and somebody else.
Hello, someone
I'm
else.
assuming Theo's still watching, of course, which would be cool. But what I mean by that is, obviously, there's people who engage in our podcast who we know very well, but there have been very few, but very significant
Who
instances.
says yes? Still watching?
Yeah. There's been very few, but very specific and significant instances where we've gotten to engage with people who we don't necessarily know, we didn't know well.
Yeah.
Specifically through the podcast platform and through like our social media, our emails. I love our email joke. It's good. It's a running joke.
We're
But
gonna stop.
yeah, so I've really loved that part of it. In fact, there's one story that I absolutely love in particular where, I managed to engage with a guy that I really didn't know super well, but the reason why we got the opportunity to engage with each other in theological dialogue was literally because of the podcast. And that's just such a great opportunity for me that was created for no other reason other than there's a podcast and he listened to our podcast
Yeah.
and he got in touch and that was super cool.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of the other things, while I'm on it, one of the other things I really loved was writing those few songs that I wrote at one stage. So it's actually ironic that we happen to be live streaming on
Something happened.
we happen to be live streaming on this platform because on this channel, Kingdoms and Castles, you can find those songs there. All the songs with the black album art are actually the ones that I've written specifically for podcast episodes. And I wish I had time to write more, but I'll get there eventually. But that process for me was also so super cool, just to really stretch myself to think about song lyrics and theological questions that we address in the podcast specifically, put it to song, try and not write heresy, but I gave myself like super tight limits on those songs. I'd like literally write, record, mix, master, and release the song within like a few days. And with those really, really tight limits, it was like my brain at some points just like spat out information. It was insane. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I hope to do it again sometime. It was like a
Yeah, that was cool. I like it.
was
I like it. I think if I can get serious, because I kind of made a joke when you asked me the question.
That's okay, bro.
I think like the my favorite part is just the conversations that we have behind closed doors
Oh yeah.
sort of gets public knowledge, you know, and that's
Yeah, sure.
that's sort of what's cool for me is like
Yeah.
people can see what we talk about
Sure.
drinking coffee at Mug and Bean.
Yeah.
I've never drank coffee at Mug and Bean ever. I don't know why I said that, but
That is what it is.
yeah.
No, but that's absolutely like that's sort of the heart behind it. Really, at the end of the day, was that we'd be able to give people that insight into those conversations. And I think we've managed to give people a little bit of insight into it. Some people have experienced it firsthand in real time, like Theo, for instance, Didi. You know, some of these guys have experienced our conversations firsthand.
Yeah.
And I think the podcast captures it quite well, even though not completely, because we do definitely filter some things.
Sure.
And I also want to be clear, when I say we filter things, it's not like we're intentionally compromising our stance or our beliefs or whatever it may be. But JP and I both have specifically when we're together, we both have a very dry, but also sometimes very dark sense of humor.
Can't believe you just said that.
And the problem with that, obviously, is that sometimes we make jokes with each other that we wouldn't make with anybody else. I'm thinking of a certain WhatsApp photo that you sent me earlier today that should probably never see the light of day outside of our conversation.
I can't even remember what I sent you.
It was the photo of the stage that you... No.
Yes.
So we're not going to show you that photo. You're never going to see the photo. It is what it is.
Never, ever.
And it's not because like it's evil. Yeah, but it's like we realize this is a public platform.
Yeah.
And
it's not that bad. I don't think it's like it's not like
the thing is that we do acknowledge that there are people out there
who wants us to share it. I'll send you the photo for you.
Yeah.
Don't stress. I'll send it to you.
But there are people out there who would get offended by things like that and not necessarily see the light-hearted side of it that we would particularly see. And while we're not too concerned about people being offended, we would want people to be offended by the truth that we speak. We wouldn't want people to be offended by the jokes, for instance.
And you just tune your dog. Not to. Hello.
JP's getting some love by my dog. But yeah, it's like one of the things that we're very sort of, or something that we take quite seriously, is that we aren't afraid to say the things other people might be too afraid to say.
Sure.
So, like, we've got a couple of episodes, Pride Month, for instance. I can't remember what number episode that was, but flipping good episode. If you guys ever want to go and listen to Pride Month in South Africa, you're not ready for this?
Yeah.
So, something like that?
Yeah.
Those two episodes, really, really great. And we're not scared to say the things we say in that episode, even though there's a large demographic, large in inverted commas, demographic of people who that would offend. It's okay. We're fine with offending people if we're speaking about truth. But like a random photo from WhatsApp, for instance.
The question.
You know.
What if we want to see the photo? It's a lot of things that I want to know.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. It's good that you want to see the photo. It means that we've whet your taste buds a little bit for our sense of humor. Go listen to our podcast episodes from the beginning
there.
again. It's all there.
If you don't laugh, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Very few people
Our
laugh.
sense of humor is terrible. But on that note, for a brief moment, I want to jump onto that, and that is the little bit of humor we manage to capture sometimes in our episodes. There's one particular episode, and I can't remember which one it was, but the first 5 minutes,
I remember. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
it was just
The whoop whoop.
the whoop whoop episode.
Whoop whoop episode.
I love the way that we both know exactly what we're talking about, but we have no idea what episode it's from.
I need to go find that. That's good.
But listen,
great.
I see in our viewfinder over there that this stream appears to be lagging like crazy. I don't know if it's lagging on everybody else's side, but I apologize. Pro tip: we are recording this, so it will be made available on the But I Don't Know podcast page, at least for a little while, I think, later this evening if the internet serves us well, just for people to get access to it. So Theo says it's not lagging there, so that's good.
Cool.
But yeah, I really enjoy that sort of humor that we managed to squeeze in, because at the end of the day, some of you might not know this, in fact, we do zero editing on our episodes.
Nothing.
Like when we push record, like you see everything that happens from when we push start record to when we push stop record, and there is literally nothing that you don't see. So in that sense, we don't edit. So if we say something on a podcast episode that is in our dry, dark sense of humor personalities, it stays there.
It will, yeah.
It doesn't get cut out. So
Yeah.
while I say we do kind of filter things out, we don't edit anything. But when we filter, we kind of filter in here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We know when to go and when not to go.
For me, I think it's more like, when we joke behind closed doors and when we joke in front of people.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing. It's like
Absolutely.
it's the same sort of humor, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's can you not? I'm trying, but like, there's a difference,
Yeah.
and that's the same filter that I apply.
Yeah. Yeah, and
we do
the
everything.
thing is we've got a lot of inside jokes. So JP and I work together on a day-to-day basis at the same church in
Unfortunately.
ministry. Unfortunately. But having that working relationship, we've got a ton of inside jokes that are truthfully and honestly stupid, but the context behind them is great, and so they run for ages.
So
you know, but that kind of thing wouldn't make sense other than you and me. You know?
Yeah, I
That
mean,
is
like
what it is.
even if we were to explain the context, people would be like,
Yeah. Like what? Right. So yeah, that's been pretty cool.
one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. So, seeing as though we're kind of just talking a bit about the podcast itself now and stuff like that. For the record, if anybody's watching and you guys want us to discuss anything, and I mean like anything, just put it in the comments. We really are happy to discuss anything. And the beauty of our podcast is like, it's all just our opinion. So we don't even need to know anything about what you suggest we talk about. Like if you say, talk about the fact that Saturn has a ring around it, we'll talk about it. We got very little to say, but
Saturn does have a ring around it. I don't know if you knew this, John. It's got a big ring, goes all around it.
did you know that scientists believe that ring is dissipating over time? It's disappearing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we might like
One day be like, Saturn has a ring. No, it doesn't.
Saturn doesn't have
No,
a ring
it
around it. And in a certain Skillet song, for those of you who know what we're talking about, will suddenly become a lie. It'll be a
It
lie.
would be an obsolete song.
Absolutely obsolete.
That's-
Redundant. It'll be a redundant song.
Yes, that's
Anyway.
the all word we can
Tabani, how's it going, bro? I spoke to him today. TB.
use. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I haven't spoken to him in a long
he's
time.
driving to Maritzburg, I think, dude, if I'm not mistaken.
Why are you
And,
watching YouTube while driving?
Bro, don't scorn the guy for watching our live stream.
Okay, watch out.
Anyway, so what I wanted to get to when we went on a whole rant about the fact that Saturn has a ring around it is I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, I know we did this a little while ago, our 10th episode celebration. We also did this kind of thing, and that is like, what's your favorite episode sort of deal. And I think after a year of episodes where we didn't quite manage to put out 40 episodes, it got a little bit slow here at the end of the year. We apologize.
It was just like,
It's been rough.
Yeah.
It's been rough. But what is your current favorite episode if you had to like just spitball off the top of your head?
can you get the list?
I can get the list.
I'm not sure what episode number it
I've
is.
got a
but
list and I check it twice.
But I can tell you what the name is. The name of
Yeah.
the episode is "Did Jesus Really Rise from the Dead?"
Yeah. This
we
computer's running so slowly. Whew. Did Jesus actually rise from the dead? Episode 27.
27. Episode 27. That's my favorite episode. Yeah, because it's just a very personal, but like, you know, the content is just
Yeah.
like it hits.
I remember you provided like majority of the content for that episode. When I say majority of the content, I mean like the meat surrounding that episode. Like, for those of you who haven't figured it out, JP's the info guy.
I'm the,
I'm kind of
I'm the guy that stands at the info counter.
I'm kind of the wing it guy, like 100%. I just wing everything. That's why we can't live stream on the But I Don't Know podcast. Because yesterday we were like, let's do a live stream, and I was like, fantastic, we'll wing it. And then we came to wing it, and then YouTube was like, nah, this is
24
not
hours.
the kind of thing you can wing.
24 hours, man. 24 hours.
So here we are. But
Yeah.
but you brought a lot of the info for that episode, and that episode, even for me, going through that episode was like really awesome to hear a lot of that information that you brought to the table. It was, I mean, as a guy who's studied scripture and studied the history behind it and stuff for a larger portion of my life now, I knew a lot of the information, but it's so nice to just hear it all presented in this kind of like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably 1 billion YouTube videos out there that do the same thing.
I think
But
there's 1 billion YouTube videos that, you know,
do
does-
anything.
Yeah, well, it does it better than I can do. So.
Yeah, no, but that's what I was actually going to say, is that I legitimately do think that our video is one of the better ones. And I don't mean the video itself. Look, our production quality leaves something to be desired, and our preparedness leaves something to
I
be
just
desired.
want to answer TB quickly. TB, I'm doing well, thanks, man. I'm doing really, really well. I hope you're doing fantastic as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know our preparedness and stuff leaves something to be desired and everything, but what I love about that episode and some of our other episodes is just the conciseness. Hour-long episodes. Concise. It's so concise. It's only 1 hour long. No, but what I mean is, like, it's somewhat palatable in terms of taking in so much random pieces of information. And when I say random, obviously it's all connected, but it's a piece of archaeological evidence, historical evidence, circumstantial evidence. It's from all over the place. And we kind of put it all on the table that day in like these short, sharp little things. And I think it's quite a palatable way to get a nice overview of all that information.
Yeah.
Most videos that are going to deal with the issue might leave out some of that evidence because it doesn't fit into the flow or the, you know, whatever else, or
Yeah.
it's a little bit too abstract to talk about or whatever it is. And I think we managed to package that quite nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think what's lacquer about that episode is the information that's in that episode is widely available
Yeah,
anywhere else.
sure.
But like so few Christians know
Yeah.
this information. You
Yeah,
know?
sure.
It's like you know, the resurrection is just something that they take and they believe it, and that's fine. But like it's sometimes reassuring to know that, you know, there's like solid stuff behind it. You know, it's
Yeah.
not just thing that I take on blind faith or so.
Yeah, sure.
What's your favorite episode,
Some-
Mr. John?
I'm going to tell you in a moment. I really did enjoy Dear Men Do Better. That was super cool. It's one of our recent episodes. But I do absolutely think that episode 31 is one of my favorites at the moment. South Africa, you're not ready for this.
Good episode, yeah.
And yeah, I think part of the reason why that episode's so close to my heart is because South Africa is so close to my heart in that sense. Having said that, I mean, the world's close to my heart. I'm not like, I don't feel particularly like South Africa's my only ever ministry ground.
Your one true love.
Yeah, God might call me elsewhere sometime. I'm happy if he doesn't, but I'm also happy if he does. But I think I've just got a heart for the fact that South Africa doesn't have to follow in the footsteps of other countries that are doing it wrong. And I mean, look, we're doing it wrong, South Africa. Let's be honest here. Let's not beat around the bush here. We do it wrong. South Africa is failing. Eskom is failing. If you're not from South Africa and you're watching this, just go onto Google and type in the word load shedding. It's a fantastic feature of
It's a
living in South Africa. It's one of the
got features.
it's a very special, unique feature of living in South Africa. But yeah, I feel like that episode is a very big call to South Africa to say, you know what, we can do better. We can absolutely do better.
Yeah.
And we've got a small window of opportunity to make that happen. And we're going to miss it if we don't take it right now.
Yeah.
And
No, absolutely.
so I kind of feel like it's an urgent episode.
And it's it's one of those episodes that I think will never lose its relevance.
Yeah.
It'll always be relevant. Like if you watch it today, it's going to be relevant today. And like, I truly believe, like, if you watch it in 2-3 years' time, it's going to be even more relevant.
Yeah.
You know, just seeing how the culture is moving and all the things is happening. It's like, it's, you know.
For sure. I mean, every piece of content that goes out into the world in some way contributes to building a proper framework of the movement of time, of history, in a sense.
It's really philosophical then. Yes.
I know, you know. Welcome to the Kingdoms and Castles podcast.
What is time?
No, but like, cool. But yeah, it's the way every piece of content in some way contributes to us being able to see the flow of worldviews and mindsets and things changing in the world. So it's like, if we never wrote a news article or made a video or recorded in any way the fact that Princess Diana died in a car accident, it would be, in years to come, it would be more difficult to say with certainty that Princess Diana died in a car accident. Some people out there now are like, she didn't die in a car accident, it was a clone or something. Conspiracy theorists are welcome on our channel. On my channel, that's acting as a surrogate.
Surrogate.
But I don't know. Anyway, so that's sort of what I'm implying is every piece of content establishes a bit of a milestone or a bit of a point of reference and a point of evidence. And so even that episode, for instance, as it goes out into the world or went out into the world at that time on that subject matter, in 5 years' time, people can't turn around and say with certainty that the issues we were discussing there are new issues.
Yeah.
Because we've put that content out there and we've said these are the issues and it's happening now. It's starting. Well, I mean, it started already. Go watch the episode if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It started already. So, but yeah, in that way, content helps set these milestones, you know, which is cool. That episode is one of those. Establishes something. Not that I think anybody is ever going to care about our little podcast episode and be like, oh, look, these guys made an episode.
It's one of our most viewed episodes on YouTube. And I think most listened to episode on our website as well.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the best. On that note, let's talk about our best episode, our best performing episode.
George.
Oh, George.
George.
Geordie. Geordie is our best episode.
Geordie.
So we did an episode where we did a reaction. It's our only reaction
episode. Our only reaction episode. And it's the best reaction episode you'll ever
Episode 17, Jordan Peterson calls the Bible true.
Yes. It still gets like traction.
It is.
If you go check our analytics, let me go check that quickly.
Yeah, and it's like, so no matter what episode JP likes and no matter what episode I like,
People.
the algorithm,
People like that one.
the algorithm,
The algorithm?
the algorithm likes Jordan. Jordy.
Jordy.
Jordy Petey.
Jordy Beatty.
Jordan Peterson. Wow, the algorithm loves that man.
Yeah.
What do you see?
I don't know where to go, John. How do I use... Yeah.
How do I use YouTube?
How do I use YouTube?
Don't ask me, I know not.
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Oh, wait, I need to go to content, don't I?
I don't know. But anyway, so that's one of our most viewed episodes. Thank you to everybody who watched that episode.
It's got
Shared it with their
156
families and
views.
friends. 156 views. Whoop, whoop. Our most viewed YouTube video, baby. 156 views. Woo. And
Don't
probably
forget.
like only 3 or 4 of them people actually watch from beginning to
completely.
end.
Yeah. We don't go that way. Let me go check.
full
Let me go
hour.
check simple stats for our Jordan Peterson. How many listens we have? Because
Cool.
that will be interesting.
So while you're busy pulling that up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up another topic of discussion quickly. Once again, for anybody who's watching, if you want us to discuss anything in particular, drop it in the comments.
In the comments, smash that like button. Pulverize that bell icon. There we go. I forget what is important on YouTube, to be honest.
You'll never find better content than this.
Never.
Nowhere on the internet will you find better content than this. This is the epitome. In fact, YouTube's going to close down after this live stream. They're going to be like,
This is,
gonna
there's
send
no
us,
use of going on, does it?
they're going to send us a platinum icon button thingy or so yeah, Jordan likes that. But what I wanted to mention, I wanted to go over to a bit of a different direction for a brief moment.
Go to that.
So we actually started a podcast.
We did?
It was meant to be a podcast.
We did.
It's what we discussed.
Yes.
Day one, we were like, let's do a
A
podcast.
podcast.
And
We
then
only have 83 listeners. No, that can't be true.
God, man, that's probably in the last like 90 days or something. It's got a time code
Yeah.
period thing. Anyway, so when we started, we wanted to start a podcast. That was our thing. You know, we were like, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And then by the time we did our first episode, it became a podcast with a YouTube video.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, let's become YouTubers
Yeah,
or something. I don't know what we're thinking. But on that note, I find podcasting in general is an interesting culture. Like, I've never been a person who listens to podcasts. Neither has JP, I don't think.
I've listened to like a few.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sometimes.
Cool. There was one podcast I used to listen to back in the day. It was called Bag. No,
I listen to Cooper stuff.
no. Before John Cooper was the thing. I'm an old man.
You're an old man.
There used to be a podcast, a local South African podcast called Bag the Mainstream. It was so super cool. It used to give exposure to South African music acts. And I used to love that podcast. And it's the only podcast I ever listened
To
to.
go get your guitar, some music.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I must go get the guitar. But yeah, it was a fantastic podcast. And then, like, it's the only podcast I ever listened to. And then they stopped for whatever reason. They stopped. And then, like, never gave podcasts another thought.
Never thought.
And then suddenly became a podcaster.
Well, I mean, that's sort of like the cycle for any podcast, isn't it?
It's like, ooh, podcasts look nice, but I don't have the patience to listen to them. I'll just make one.
Let me try that. Force other people to listen to 45 minutes of me speaking.
I mean, we've already been going here for 40 minutes. What?
Yeah.
So while you're sharing your thoughts on being a podcaster, I'm going to see if we can start putting some meat on the bone.
I have to say, the weird thing about being a podcaster is having a microphone and just speaking as if someone is listening to you.
Like now, you know?
Like now. And like
you're all alone.
it's weird because you're in a room, you know, it's surrounded by 4 walls and that's it. You've got a microphone and you've got someone sitting beside you sometimes, but I can't imagine what people would feel like that's doing this alone. He's got like a podcast alone, like in their closet.
I reckon I could do that. I think I could pull it off. Like, I like the sound of my own voice.
You do. But it's awkward. Is what I'm saying. Is like, and even when we started, like from the first episode,
Yeah.
it's a weird thing to be like, you guys.
Very weird. Our first episode, in fact, we got some feedback that we didn't know where to look. Do you remember that? Because like we'd look like at the table and talk
Yes.
instead of like looking at each other or the camera. And it's weird how that's become sort of supernatural. Like I don't think about
Yeah. No.
like the camera. It's like it just becomes super duper natural. You don't think about it. But our first episode, it was like you're so in your head.
Yeah.
You end up looking around.
Both staring. There was one episode where I had something that I fidgeted with. I don't know if you can remember that.
Oh, it was the worst, guys. You don't understand. It was so bad. So JP had something. Oh, you know what it was? We made those little key-rings.
Yeah,
Those key-rings. I've still got like one or two. If anybody wants, drop in the comments. I'll send you one somehow. I don't know how.
We'll
Get
figure
in
it
touch.
We'll wing it.
Yeah. Wing it like the live stream. Anyways,
Boom.
so we had these key rings.
Yes.
And we had them on the desk in front of us as we were busy filming.
And I
And
saw
we were going to advertise them. We were going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, bam, check these things out. This is super cool. And JP spent the whole episode looking at these things, playing with them while talking to me. But like he's now looking here. And I'm trying to engage with him and be like, bro, what's, and he's talking to me.
I responded to every single question and I listened intently to what John was saying.
Yeah, but he wasn't paying any attention. Hey, Anton, lekker, brisky. How's it, man? Anton's the kind of guy that I can almost confidently say he's doing one of two things tonight. Anton's either working or braaiing. And bro, if you're braaiing, here's to the bra. You know?
If you're working, you shouldn't be on YouTube while working.
Yeah. Although it's overtime at this point, you know. So.
Well, yeah, it's what, like 8 o'clock
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like on a Friday night, I can't imagine Anton doing anything other than braaiing with some friends or working.
Yeah.
It's just the way
like
it is,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cheers
JP,
to the bride.
have a conversation with these beautiful people for a moment about whatever you want to. While I go fetch our meat. Where's your meat, by the way?
It's on the counter.
On the counter.
You'll
That's
just-
fantastic.
yeah.
So we're going to start getting to braaiing in a moment. So
Is
it is what it is.
You pull it out? Is it right?
He's working on getting sleep.
Actually working.
The coals are ready for steak. So,
Oh, okay, cool. So here's the thing, guys. The perfect method of cooking steak on a braai. You really only need like 3 or 4 things. You need a fire. You need like a grill to put the steak on. You need the tonsils. But you only really need the tonsils just to click it. You know, you don't need it to do anything.
I have to interject for a moment.
What do you
The
call
tonsils.
What do you call those things?
He uses his tonsils
What do you call those things?
He's actually Afrikaans.
Die braaitang. Jy gebruik die braaitang.
Tongs.
Tongs.
Tongs, braai.
Not the tongs. But you only need the tongs to click it. Yeah, you don't need it to actually turn the meat. You can turn the meat with anything, like pick up a stick or something. And then finally, yeah, you need a steak as well. That's kind of important to cook a steak. And what you do is you put it on like that. Boom. And then you cook it then. That's what you do. Until it's fine for you. There's a few ways that you can cook a steak. You can cook it. It can be rare. It could be rauw in Afrikaans terms. Rare, medium, well done, and then well done. If you eat it well done, click off this stream right now. We don't want your viewership. Hello. No, I'm joking. We want your viewership. Ek weet nie hoe eet julle steaks nie. How do you guys eat your steaks? Hello, Blokkie. John, how do you eat your steaks?
No, medium rare all the way. Man.
Medium rare all the
Medium
way.
rare.
It's got to have that cherry red
Got it.
center.
Got it. Tonight it's not going to be that way. Reason being, steak's a little bit thin, I think. I don't know if it's going to work. Tonsils.
Tonsils.
Oh, that fire is so ready.
Boom, boom, just like
So
that.
ready for this. Let's just show the people.
Don't touch my meat.
I don't know if I just showed them or not because
It's got a
I
lag.
can't
It's
see in
just-
real time.
Oh, it's got
No, wait, I'm going to show them again in a way that I can see. I'm showing them. There's meat. It's very bright, but anyway, this is what it is. Sorry, I don't want to touch your
touching
meat.
my meat.
You touch your own meat. Oh, he just touched my meat in return.
Look at how beautiful this is.
That looks pretty great.
And then what you do have salt.
Yeah,
My salt.
yeah.
Yes. Listen to that. I don't know if they can pick it up.
I don't know, but it sounds.
There's been a sizzle. Right.
There was a sizzle.
That's how you know. That's how you know. If there's no sizzle, you might as well give up. And you might as well make yourself some 2-minute noodles and end it. I just realized we're in OBS. I'm going back to that to see if anyone's been commenting. No one's been commenting, which makes sense to me, you know.
I mean, we told them to dry with us. So
That's
that's
exactly why. That's exactly why I said it makes sense. I'm gonna take this ridiculous blazer jacket off.
So I hear when JP was left to his own devices of communicating with you guys, he basically just told you about Brian.
Yes.
The other cool thing though, JP, for the first time on the channel, sorry, on my channel, for the first time on my channel, you spoke Afrikaans.
I've never been on your channel. It's the first time I'm speaking English on your channel. I'm quickly just gonna put this.
Go do the thing. But yeah, so JP is actually natively an Afrikaans speaker. And that's something that I've always found super duper impressive. I think we've spoken about it before, but on like our 10th episode celebration or something, about the fact that you actually Afrikaans and you do this in English every
do.
single time, and it's quite impressive.
I do. I am impressive.
I wouldn't be able to do this in Afrikaans. Try. Ek sal nie kan nie. Ek is te stadig met my woorde. We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube just now. They're gonna be like, what is this gibberish?
This is offensive.
Just kidding. Anyway, so if any of you are Brian, let us know how it's going in the comments. Basically, we want you to know that the moment that steak's ready, which isn't going to be long from now, we're going to log off and we're going to go chow.
Yes.
And that's just how it is.
Yeah, but I think it was a good, like, what are you doing? Leave my tonsils alone.
You think it was a good, like what? Like,
I think it was a good live stream overall.
Oh.
Like, under the circumstances, you know. So those of you who don't know, we've kind of alluded to the 24 hours thing. We tried live streaming on our YouTube channel, right? So when did we start this channel, John?
well, a year ago.
A year ago, right?
A little bit more than a year ago.
A little bit more than a year ago. If you go on our YouTube channel, you go to videos, you scroll all the way down, boom, you'll see there where it says when we uploaded the video, it says a year ago, 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would think.
Before you say you would think, keep that thought. You would think, right?
Yeah.
But before he gets there, when we created the channel, I believe we verified the channel.
We had to verify the
Because-
channel because we wanted to upload videos that's longer than 10 minutes.
You see? So, like, when we created the channel, we verified it because since we created our website, our social medias, we've done nothing else to it. Which isn't, we're not bragging about that, but it is
This is what it is.
what it is.
It is.
Now,
it is.
after a year of having a verified YouTube channel,
You would think that when we want to live stream on said YouTube channel, they'd be like, oh, these people have been uploading semi-constantly hour-long videos every single well, month at least.
Bi-weekly.
Weekly. And they've got custom thumbnails. You know, descriptions.
With links in the description.
There's some comments there, likes,
You know,
whatnot.
engaging content.
Yeah, engage.
With relatively good click-through rates, by the way. Our click-through rates of some of our videos are far above standard.
Like, we've got the best content, basically, is what John is saying. You would think that YouTube would be like, oh, okay, you would want to live stream, that's cool. There's the platform, do the live stream. No.
Nope.
We can live stream, to be clear. It's not that we can't live stream.
Oh, yes.
It's just, we can't live stream now.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Specifically, tonight at 7 o'clock when we wanted to live stream.
We can't.
We can't.
We can do it tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night at 7
At 7 o'clock.
Exactly.
7 o'clock exactly. Before that,
24-hour waiting period. Because apparently, if you have a YouTube channel, YouTube doesn't know you want to live stream until you access the Go Live feature. And YouTube wants a 24-hour notice.
What are they doing?
Because apparently, you know, you don't just jump up in a streaming platform's live stream DMs and be like, hey yo, we've had a channel verified for a year, we want to maybe do a live stream. They're like, no. This is too soon. You're moving too fast for us.
Give us 24 hours.
What
are they doing? What are they doing in the 24 hours? Are they mentally preparing themselves or what? What are they doing?
Bro, they're like, you haven't even bought us flowers yet.
Trying to live stream. Like, you don't even have 40 episodes yet, bro. Like,
not even 40 episodes.
yes.
Man. So basically they've put us on a 24-hour probation. and they're like, you know what? How's about this? You want to live stream at 7 o'clock? We'll raise you. Live stream tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Huh?
How's that for an offer? Right? Take it or take it.
I love how we released this video where we said we're live streaming, but we didn't just say that we're live streaming, John. No.
No, we did not.
No. We said we're live streaming. Exclusive. We used the word exclusive.
Oh, it's so good.
We said exclusively.
It's too good.
On YouTube.
Oh.
So if we were to live stream somewhere else, that video,
That's liars.
that video would be a lie.
Yeah.
And I think it's a conspiracy, John. I do think that YouTube saw that video
You think so?
and they were like,
And they were like, how dare you make promises without checking in with us first? You didn't even ask our permission.
don't you know you need 24 hours?
24 hours criminal clearance. They're doing a background check on us, bro.
I'm sure that's what it is.
How
That's
not
like-
to, yeah, please throw some salt there.
Ooh.
I'll give you guys a bit of a tip on how not to braai the perfect steak. Don't try and braai steak while doing a live stream
On YouTube.
for a podcast, but on another channel on YouTube.
But this
because
is YouTube's doing, I'm sure of it.
YouTube stuff.
They came.
Anyways, man, that's hilarious. I love the fact that this live stream is not on our But I Don't Know channel. And I actually don't. I'm really annoyed by it. Super annoyed by it.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah, because like part of it obviously is getting traction to your channel.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of why we want to do a live stream. Hey YouTube, by the way, we wanted to do this live stream to bring people to your
To the-
platform.
Susan
Barachitowski.
Susan Wojcicki.
Yeah. That's
I
one.
want can we do like a
Shorts.
no. What we do, right?
Yeah.
Is we fill in an application form to have this analytics transferred.
Yeah. I wonder how one could go about that.
A transfer of
These
analytics.
19 views. We want them on our But I Don't Know page. But that's it's humorous because like this YouTube channel that we're currently streaming on is somewhat redundant. Like I haven't uploaded to this channel for ages. My music goes live on here automatically through my publisher and everything. So there are uploads, but it's not me. I'm not coming to this channel and opening it and checking analytics and stuff. But our But I Don't Know podcast page is like one that we're trying to grow.
Yeah.
It's something that's alive, and we access the back end relatively often. We check stats, we make thumbnails. And it's just so ironic for me that now, because of their little tangent that they're on, we're bringing feet to a dead channel instead of taking feet to our other dead channel. No, I'm kidding. But instead of taking feet to the channel that we actually have a little bit of hope for. Now, granted, this one has a bit more subscribers on it currently, but that's not as a result of me trying to do that. It's just as a result of it being an older channel. It's got quite a bit of content on, and it's existed for a while, but we actually are trying to build the other channel, but this one
Yeah, so if you guys are watching this on this channel,
on Kingdoms and Castles.
we want to ask you to go to our other channel.
But I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, you know what I can do? I can link it in the comments.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
do that then.
Bruv, I can do it.
Do it.
I can.
Are you sure? Are you sure YouTube will let you?
YouTube's gonna be like, you want to copy the link for this channel? 24 hours. We'll let you. You can do it. You can.
It's the best.
But only in 24 hours
It's the
time.
best, dude. Oh my god. It's so good.
Yes, it looks like my internet's beautiful at the moment, so I think
What is that claw?
we're having internet trouble.
Oh my goodness.
That's what's going on.
This is great.
It looks to be running good from OBS's side, so
So it's not OBs.
not OBS.
Oh, I like it, OBs.
It's not all OB.
Doing your job. I'm drying my meat. I don't know if you want me to do
Cool. No, leave it there. I'll come check it now. Anyway, but yeah, jump over to our But I Don't Know podcast YouTube channel and subscribe there. That's actually the one that we're trying to grow. This one, not so much. I mean, look, if you want to subscribe here and you're not subscribed, then do the thing. Subscribe to this channel. I'm not going to complain. It's my channel.
the notification bell.
I am working on a new song, by the way, and
Oh.
and it might or might not become a new intro song for the But I Don't Know podcast. It's super cool. It's got a cool vibe. But here's a little something for you guys that are watching at the moment, if you want to give some input. What is your take on a Christian artist singing the words, "Why the hell should I believe you?" in a song that the whole world can hear? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Why the hell should we believe you? Is it okay for me, John Hopkins, Kingdoms and Castles, a Christian person who makes music? Is it okay for me to sing that? To turn my mood.
Go. What are you doing?
Letting it.
I haven't turned mine actually.
Oh yeah, no, it's still good. It's
Yeah,
still
that's
good.
why
It's still good.
No, I checked it. Don't stress. Just leave it.
It's still good.
How's your guys' meat looking? I almost looked there.
So cool. We're gonna be ending this live stream relatively soon. What
In
else?
minutes?
What?
Did he? That's why the hell not? That's really good.
Ah, fantastic answer. I mean, my concern though is like that people think it's crass or like taboo. It's like a taboo statement. You know, some people would argue that I'm only saying that.
For the shock value.
No, they would suggest that I'm only putting the word hell in there because I'm actually thinking of a cuss word. But
The word frick.
I'm not, you know.
Why the frick?
But some people would argue that. Now, I don't know where I stand on that. Like, on the one hand, I'm like, I don't care if they think that. There's a reason why I want to say it in the song. Like, the song is... I've got such a cool idea with the song. The lyrics, the verse, it's... You guys aren't going to get it, but it's pretty cool. It says, sticks and stones shouldn't break your bones because they were never made to harm you. Al Capone should have wrote this song, but his sinful diseases would jar you. Some deep lyrics.
Explain the second part to me.
Yeah, so let me explain the second part to you by explaining the first part to you first.
Okay, fine.
Sticks and stones shouldn't break your bones because they were never made to harm you. That line establishes what I'm doing with the rest of the verse. I'm using the statement sticks and stones may break your bones, but words may never harm. I'm using that idiom to establish the fact that sometimes idiomatically or sometimes in life, that it's very deep. Sometimes in life, we use things against their intended usage. So we've got this idiom, sticks and stones may break my bones.
Come to the...
But actually, sticks and stones, I'm going to keep talking to the people on the live stream because cool. But actually, sticks and stones were never intended to break your bones. Okay, so we have this idiom that implies that they do break your bones, but they were never intended, they were never created for that purpose. And so the next line, Al Capone should have wrote this song.
I'm turning your meat, bro.
Oh, thank you. Al Capone should have wrote this song, but his sinful diseases would jar you. Knowing what I'm doing in the first line, and then looking at that second line, Al Capone, I mean, we all know the famous gangster dude. Something that a lot of people don't know about him is that he actually did write songs. Al Capone. Yeah.
What?
Al Capone wrote some songs while he was in jail, I believe. Now, he wrote love songs. He didn't write Christian songs, as per se. Well, I mean, not at all. But he wrote some songs and apparently was relatively good at it. And so, if I take that first sentence, sticks and stones, and apply the same logic to the second sentence, Al Capone should have wrote this song, but his sinful diseases would jar you. It's like he had been given a gift to write songs, but instead he was guilty of sinful diseases.
Yeah.
Basically running a mafia underground. Funnily enough, when I was reading up a bit about him, he was basically guilty of selling alcohol when the government said,
Yeah.
no, you can't sell alcohol. And we think he's such a bad person. I know lots of people who sold alcohol during lockdown. But yeah, so that's kind of how the sentence came to be. Is I wanted to create this thing of Al Capone had been given gifts that could have brought joy and happiness to people's lives. And instead he chose to go against that created potential and run a illegal alcohol selling business. And then the song goes on, and from there it like takes a very sudden turn. It says, God's own son could have carried on, but he laid his life down for me. So it's kind of this thing of the Son of God himself could have not gotten crucified on a cross. He in fact, if you read the story of the crucifixion, or specifically his trial, at any of those moments when he was asked, any of those questions he was asked, he could have answered in such a way that they would have set him free. But he chose not to. And so you see how I'm creating this thing throughout this whole verse of like how the two lines play off each other. God's Son had the potential to not die on the cross, but he chose to for me. And then the last line, this is where it starts connecting a bit with our podcast. It says, you alone, truth you would never know. But if you did, it would set you free. So the implication of that is, in your natural state of being, if you were by yourself, without any external assistance, you would never know truth. But if you do know truth, that truth sets you free. And then the chorus goes on to say, if you're going to believe anybody, believe me. You should never believe anybody. And then there's going to be a tag. Why the hell should we believe you?
That's cool. I like it.
That
I
is
like it a
one
lot.
dead piece of steak.
I think
You want well done steak? Do a podcast live stream on a Kingdoms and Castles channel while Brian.
Very good.
Very good, very good. So that's a little bit of music trivia for you guys.
The category fits,
Music.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't sang a song. I'll sing you a song and it won't take long. No, I'm not going to finish that one because filter. I'm going to filter
I
it.
don't know. It's a silly
I
thing
know.
after.
Anyways, JP, any final words to these beautiful people watching our live stream tonight?
Just thanks. I get niks anders om te sê nie. I have nothing else to say except just thank you. But what I do want to say, right, is if you've been watching this, please, we're gonna upload it to our. Go watch it again. Because we need the end of it. We need it there. So please go watch it again. It's got great moments in it. It's got some. The beginning is a little. You can skip. Just double tap if you're on your phone. Tap. You can just tap it,
Tap the edge of the screen.
and it will just.
Skips ahead.
Yeah, that's what I usually do if there's like a sponsored segment. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You know what we should do though is we should just own the fact that this was a fail.
It wasn't a fail though.
No, but what we should do is take the recording now that we've made and then get like the good snippets
And
and
then
then put it together and or like release them as Instagram reels or something. I don't know. Give us tips in the comments on how to do social media.
Diddy,
'Cause-
you watch a lot of.
We're podcasters who know nothing about social media. Well, not know nothing. Actually, that's not the problem. Isn't that we know nothing.
Yeah.
The problem is that we do nothing.
That's yeah, that's the
Anyway,
problem.
so my final words to you this evening are goodbye.
End stream.
So long. No, yeah, also very much thank you guys for a year of very cool podcasting. We've enjoyed it. We had a dream that by the end of 2022, which is the end of this year, we would have raised some money for missions work. If you know nothing about our goal for missions work, there's a cool episode. Whoopsie. Don't right click on stupid things.
Don't tell me that.
There's a cool episode called Love People Hate Sin. That's somewhere on our channel. I'll tell you now what episode number it is. There we go. Episode 25. If you go listen to episode 25, Love People Hate Sin, you'll get a little bit of an idea of our goal to raise money for missions. And that's still a goal, even though we're lagging super far behind in achieving any such goal. And, well, you know, I said to somebody the other day, if we don't achieve that goal, I'm actually somewhat okay with it. I'll be very disappointed in myself for not having achieved the goal that I set out to achieve. But that's my problem. I got issues with myself. My
He
wife
does.
will confirm that. He's not my wife. Even though he confirmed it, it is possible for more than one person to confirm it, just to be clear.
There's another thing that we want. No, I'm joking.
But I'm proud of the content, you know. I think the content exists on its own merit. And I would love to continue making the content, even if we don't accomplish that goal.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think the goal's really important. It's important to me, at least.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'd love
I think,
to accomplish it, you know.
yeah, I think that was the dream from the beginning.
Yeah,
That's still the dream.
yeah,
The dream never changed. The goal never changed.
yeah.
We might extend it a bit, but that's it.
No, well, I mean, look, the goal was for the end of the year.
Well, that was
if we-
your goal. It wasn't
No,
my
but the
goal.
point is, even if we reached that goal, we wouldn't have been like,
Yes.
that's it, guys. But
Done.
our podcast is done. We would have had a new goal. And basically, the goal is just to build this thing to the point where it can contribute to missions work around the world and sharing love and light and, most importantly, the gospel
Yes.
with people who don't know it and don't have an opportunity to know it.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
if you have ideas and inspiration for us on how we can do that, we're open to suggestions. However, we do have ideas. It's not that we don't have the ideas. It's just implementation is a bit of a problem, especially the last few months. It's been rough. Guys, if anybody's ever said to you, go work for a church,
You only work Sundays.
you'll only work on Sundays, they are liars. Like their father, the devil. I'm joking. I was just quoting some scripture there. We might as well share them that picture from your WhatsApp after that.
Might as well.
Anyway, yeah, it's hard work working for a church. It's hard work, long hours. In fact, it's not long hours. It's constant. Like, I don't know how you experience it, but even your off time is not that off
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Like, you're constantly aware. It's in your mind. And that's good.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
get
not a
me
bad
wrong.
thing. It's not a
Yeah, this isn't necessarily complaining, because that's what makes ministry so rewarding and so beautiful. What's difficult is doing something like this alongside it,
Yeah.
because you've theoretically got the time.
Theoretically.
Because you can somewhat manage your own time a bit in ministry, but when you've got that time, it's so precious. You know, that's what I find. Like, every moment that you've got, that you are able to separate yourself a bit from your tasks and from your work in ministry is like precious time to spend with your family and stuff like that. And then JP and John film a podcast. No, I mean, obviously we both manage it well, and I think we've done well this year to keep that balance more or less in place. But that's just the reason why, for instance, our episodes get a bit slow at times, because we balance. Because we look at each other on a Friday morning over WhatsApp and be like, bro, no, it's not going to happen today, you know. It's just the way it's going to be.
That's fine, yeah.
That's fun. It is what it is. So Didi says, write an audiobook and sell it. You'll get in some funds and gain good authority. It's a pretty cool idea. Write an audiobook. How do you write an audiobook, Didi?
You speak it.
No, I'm just kidding. I get what you're saying. And that's actually a cool idea. Although I often joke about the fact that the only book I'd ever want to write.
You said it in the first episode.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
The only book I'd ever want to write is a book telling people not to read my book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how to write that book.
Especially an audio book.
An audiobook that says don't listen
/ read.
/ read the book that I wrote / spoke. Yeah, but I'm terrible at that. But maybe you should get to writing a book, JP. Write the book for us.
Okay, next week. Book's dropping next week. It's called I'm gonna make an office joke. It's called Somehow I Manage. It's a book with me on the front cover with my shoulders shrugging and rolled up sleeves. Sold 1 billion copies.
Goodbye. Guys, thank you so much for bearing with us for an hour and 14 minutes. That's how long it took us to kind of brown meat, although our meat's now getting cold. Well, no, it's not getting cold. It's resting.
That's true, yeah.
It's resting.
Yeah.
The meat's resting. That's our last bra tip for you tonight. Let your meat rest, people.
Yes.
Don't. I used to think those worms at the bra who cut their steak off the fire, I used to think they were the real OGs.
Yeah.
Nah. They had it all wrong.
From the beginning.
Take the steak
At
off
least
the
24 hours. Let it rest for 24 hours. So I'll see you tomorrow night, John, when we eat it. Rest the steaks.
We're gonna live stream. We're gonna live stream us eating.
This has
those
become
steaks.
a mukbang channel.
No, that's so dumb. Anyway,
If you don't know what a mukbang channel is, go search it. It's fantastic. It's
stupid.
just people eating. It's
So
what they do.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, take your steak off the grid, off the coals, right? Put it on something sanitary. Let it rest.
Yeah.
The experts say let it rest for 4 minutes.
But they're biggie slop. It's a nap. Just a nap.
Just trust us.
Just
We are
the experts.
experts, the authorities. We may not be the authorities on truth.
But we are the authority on braai. We sent I don't know where I'm going with this.
But yeah, we're not the authorities. That is our new slogan at the But I Don't Know podcast. We may not be the authorities on truth, but we are the authorities on braai. Have a good one. See you in the next one. Has it ended yet?
I don't know.